Hey guys, totally embarrassing fun fact. I want to do my bedroom super blue, but because of all the blue, whenever I do a live, it tints my whole room green, orangey green. But I love this filter because it turns everything back white or like its natural color. But the live is actually to share my why, because I'm doing a 30-day challenge with the 90-day cycle to new habits journal put on by a couple and an associate of theirs, including Christina Smallwood. I think she's helping to put it together. But the couple was in network marketing, and they made a journal for network marketers. But it starts off with knowing the purpose behind your wanting to work in this job. And that has frustrated me a little bit in the past, because everyone is like, talk about your why, tell everybody your why. But then why what? Like why I picked this job, or why I need a job, or why I want to work from home. But I imagine, and I see after reading this explanation of your why, which I'll put a picture of somewhere, that it's all of the above, everything. And some of the questions they have you answer are, why are you deciding to build this business? Why is it important to you? What cost will you have to pay if you don't build a business? If this is your choice and this is what you're focusing on, but you don't follow through, what will be lost? And then if you are successful, what that will look like in 5 years, and who benefited from it, how many people benefited from it, and how it will change me, which is, I think, a really valid point, because you don't want to venture off into something and you don't know what effect it's going to have on you personally. But I have already been doing this for like 3 years, not with focus or intention, really. I enjoyed the products, and I just wanted to try to help enough people to cover the cost of my own products. I did not intend for it to be my main source of income initially. But the more you're around it, the more you see the potential of what you can do, and you see how many people could benefit if you actually talked about it all the time. But I'm just going to go back to the very first question, the why are you deciding to build this business? And I feel like one of my number one basic reasons is because when I think about being married, like from even when I didn't know my husband, I always wanted to work together. Like I always wanted to be working together. Not he has his own job, I have my own job, we don't see each other at all during the week. I wanted us to be able to work together. And he does have his own job, but he works in the living room. And when I started this, we did work a lot together in the business. And now he has something else that he has to prioritize over spending time doing this with me. And that kind of lost my oomph a little bit. But if I focus on this and build a business and build even like the smallest team, and when I say that, I have an awesome team, but I mean locally having people to work with, it would be a main source of income for us, and I would get to stay beside him instead of venturing out of the house, working with a group of people that I don't get to choose, that I can't decide how much I'm getting paid based on my work. They decide. And those are two of the variables that I think makes this work for me, or makes it a good option, because I can stay in my home and I can reach out to people here. And there is an amazing community online that you do have to weed through. I mean, there's people that follow me that are from India, and I will never know them. We might not even speak the same language. But I do know that there are people even locally that are looking for something like this, something where they could stay at home and work at home and it be a real source of income for them. And they would be okay navigating the perils of social media, and they could get to be with their families. I think that's my biggest number one thing. I don't want to work outside the home. Even resale, that was never supposed to be like a main source of income, but it has turned into that. So I know this has greater potential than that. And it's just finding those couple more key people that want to do the same thing and for similar reasons. Because when you have people that have your similar why too, you can work better together. And another thing that I wrote down was our families. Like, I do want to, our families don't need a ton of financial help, but whenever it could occur, we would love to be in a position to help. That's what we want. We want to be able to help as much as possible, and we want to be able to see them more. And that has cost. But also, if you have a job where you are on someone else's schedule, you don't have the freedom to take off to go see your family. And he is now able to work remotely to an extent, so that we have the current flexibility. I just have to focus on this job enough to grow a community, to grow my team, or even to help my team more. And like, stuff is going to come up that's going to be expensive, like the next car or the next medical bill. And you know how you have the underlying worry that you're not going to be able to afford it. I know that this business could cover those expenses. So that is part of my why. I'm sure they'll make me explain more as the week goes on, but those are like my two biggest things, like staying at home, working inside the home, and being able to help my family, or even give gifts to my family and visit my family more, and our family, and medical stuff. So I would love to know where you're from. If you watch this, can you put in the comments where you're from, and like it if you can. And thank you for watching. All the love in the world. Oh, hey Katie. Thanks for being here. You're the best. I'll see you guys later.